Good evening, matinee mcfcfantv. How are we all doing? Welcome to our PSG preview, Champions League first leg tomorrow evening. And what we're going to do, we've got a little bit of got some videos we're going to play. I'll go through that in a moment. But we're going to say a few hellos, and then I will tell you the structure of this evening. But Sean Fox's put, because of school, I'm going to miss this stream, but my score prediction is 2-1 to City. Yeah, have a good day at school, mate, and nice and positive. That's what we like to see. Charlie's on. Your dad will be very happy, Charlie. Evening Blues, can't wait for the massive game. Sorry, I shouldn't even be looking at them. Can't wait for this massive game. I'm going for a tight 1-0 City win. If you could see what I can see in the background, you'd laugh your socks off. Good evening, Blues. This will be a tough one. Sitting on the fence, 1-1. Evening, Jack. Jack, well done the other day, weekend, mate. And I do apologise for the in and out with the Wi-Fi and a few other bits. I do apologise about that and the abrupt ending to it. Levi Greenwood, hi, mate. How are you? Kieran May says hello, hello, hello. Kamal Dwyer is on. Hi, guys. Hope you're well. Blue Art, good evening to all. Hope you are well and happy. Yep, I might hope you're well. Not bad, Abdallah. How are you, mate? And Danny Ford is on. Good evening. So, what we're going to do, has Alan got green screen background on again? No, he hasn't. Don't be giving away secrets from the Friday Night Social, Charlie. Don't be giving away little secrets. What we're going to do is... we're going to do a PSG preview now. We are going to have some guests on. Alan and Chris are going to come and join us in about 5 minutes or so. But my microphone keeps going on and off, so I'll make sure I don't knock the wire. It's brand new as well, and it keeps going off. Andy got in touch with PSG Fan TV. Now, if you look in the description of this video, you will see their links to their YouTube channel, their links to their Instagram, and their links to their Twitter. Andy sent over a number of questions, as we normally do, to other fan channels, and they came back with some answers on video. Now, Byron over at PSG Fan TV sent us some lovely videos to get into. So what we're going to do, before we bring the two other reprobates into the show, we thought we'd kick off with getting Andy's questions answered over tomorrow night's preview. So Andy set 5 questions in total, and we're going to go through each one. Number one was, he did ask Byron, who was better, Kylian Mbappe or Neymar, and also asked, why? What a question to kick off with. So yeah, what we're going to do is, I'm going to show you what Byron said from PSG Fan TV. So who was better, Mbappe or Neymar, and why? And here's Byron with the answer.
Hi Andy, it's Byron from PSG Fan TV. Let's go. First question. Well, they are both great player. Neymar is better. Yeah, I would say definitely. He's all-around better player, more technical. He's like an artist actually, because everything he does, it's more from instinct than Mbappe. Mbappe is a very good. I have nothing bad to say about our French player, but honestly, Neymar is way better. Yeah, that's why his paycheck at the end of the month is bigger. That's what I would say.
There you go. Byron thinks Neymar is better than Mbappe. I'm not too sure about that, because I know which one I'd rather have in my team. But obviously, Byron's a PSG fan. He sees them every week, and he's gone for Neymar. If you like rolling around on the floor for a pot of money, then Neymar is your bloke. But Andy then asked Byron another question. How's your season gone so far? And who has actually been the players who stood out for PSG within this season? I don't know why he's laughing in the background. He's laughing his head off here. So, again, question number 2 is, how's the season gone? And who has stood out for PSG so far? So here's Byron with his answer to question number 2.
Question 2. Well, our season so far has gone pretty well. Pretty good, yeah. We are in all competition at the moment, especially the Champions League. And as you know, and I hope a little bit longer than you, championship-wise, it's been more complicated. We've lost a lot of points, and right now Lille is at the top of our league. There's only 5 games left, and I hope they do some mistakes and we don't. That's what I would say. And the player who stood up for us, the whole team stood up for PSG. Whole team.
Sorry, I took myself off because I was reading Malcolm and Chris's little joke there. So I took myself out of the equation. Yes, Byron did have broad shoulders. So there you go, Byron's question about PSG and how their season has gone so far. 3 more questions to go. Question 3 was quite a simple one. Getting into Wednesday night's big game, first leg of the semi-final, was how do you see Wednesday game actually going in this first leg? Now, I've seen a lot of Blues are quite confident. Some are a little bit like me, a bit nervy, but we'll get into that as we're going along. But yeah, how do the PSG fans actually feel? So let's see. Byron is a confident boy, or whether he's a little bit nervous about facing Manchester City.
Question 3. Well, it is going to be a difficult game. I see pace, technique, a lot of attacking momentum for both teams. You have an interesting player, great players as well. I won't lie, but we have two, and yeah, complicated game for both teams, and may the best team win.
So there you go, short and sweet from Byron. He's just saying, may the best team win. Not really sticking his neck out on the line with that one. Just saying, may the best team win. But as he said, there's a bit of a danger for us coming in. So question 4 was that Andy sent over to Byron over at PSG Fan TV was your predicted lineup and score prediction in this vital first leg game. So his lineup and what his actual score prediction will be. And here's what Byron had to say.
Question 4, my predicted lineup. The goalie, Navas, of course, one of the best of the world, if not the best. Right back, Florenzi, international, Italian. Central defender, Marquinhos is going to come back from an injury with Kipembe. At the left, Kurzawa, maybe, or Diallo, but I think Kurzawa is going to start the game. In the middle, I see 3, so it's going to be a 4-3-3. And at the right, I see Gana Gay, international Senegalese. In the middle, Paredes. And maybe at the left, but you know, the changing places every time. Verratti, of course. Verratti is our best midfield player. And straightforward, I hope Keane in the middle as a number 9, but I think maybe Icardi because he start this weekend. And Keane had no minutes in his leg, so yes. But what I would have loved to see is Keane in the middle, Mbappe at the right, and Neymar at the left. So my prediction, score sheet at the end, 2-0 for PSG. Let's see how it goes.
So there you go. Byron giving his score, giving his prediction. He wants Kylian Mbappe down the middle. I want Kylian Mbappe sat on the bench, or even better, sat in the stand. Hopefully, fingers crossed. And he's gone for 2-0 win. Clearly, has not been watching Manchester City play away from home this season. Because one thing you can guarantee is goals from City away from home. Fifth and final question before we bring the two reprobates into the show is, how has the proposed Super League ESL gone down over in Paris, considering PSG were never actually invited to come and join it? So what did Byron think of the ESL, and how's it gone down in Paris? Here's what Byron had to say all about the European Super League farce.
Question number 5. Well, here in Paris, we believe that PSG were actually invited, but Nasser turned down the invitation, or I don't know, he was waiting for something, but he wasn't feeling this. That's from the information that we have. And anyway, it was a terrible idea, as any fans think, any fans from the whole world. And nicely done, actually, English fans, because to me you are very inspiring. I know over there there's a big culture, football culture, and your reaction was an example. And here in France, it would have been crazy as well for Ligue 1, because we do not have a lot of big clubs. There's only no more than 5 historical clubs, but financially wise, only PSG can fight against the likes of Manchester United or Manchester City. So you can see the thing, what I'm saying. So no, they were stealing sport from us. They were stealing sport from football, and yes, it was a terrible idea. And let's be careful for the future, because we we're not out of this. You never know. In 2 years, they come up with a crazy idea like this one. Well, thank you for listening to me. I wish you good, but not for tomorrow. Tomorrow, I hope you're gonna lose, of course. And see you next time. Bye-bye.
So there you go. There's Byron from PSG Fan TV with his questions all about tomorrow's game and how the season's gone on. So big thank you to Byron over at PSG Fan TV. And again, the links are in the description below this video, their Twitter feed, their Instagram, and also their YouTube channel. So go over there and give them a subscribe. And also check out next week. There may be, at the moment, there was a plan to do a live vlog preview with PSG Fan TV all about the return leg. So yeah, before we bring the reprobates in, I've got one more thing to do, and that's a big thank you to our patrons who've now been updated. As you can see, the list is getting bigger and bigger. We've got Iota Thompson, Sean Fogarty, Philip Ward, Malcolm Horner, Ozzy, Charlie Everett, Ronnie Beaver, Unknown Septium, SOS, John, Mike Bush, Connor Shaw, and Ade. Big thank you to you guys for joining the Patreon and supporting the channel. You guys are absolutely tremendous. And don't forget, Friday night you will have Friday Night Social available to you. So look out for that live video. So big thank you to them. And again, the Patreon link is in the description below if you want to come and join us over at Patreon. So now, let's bring them in. Here they come. I'm just going to bring them all in. Bang. There we go. Chris and Alan, how we doing, lads?
Yeah. How's it going?
Well?
Yeah.
Not too bad. So what did you, Chris, what did you think of Byron? You got some
Yeah,
good
well,
news?
yeah. Well, yes, he did very well, mate. I'm not sure about the Neymar stuff and Mbappe. I'm not a fan of Neymar. I know he's a very skillful player, but he's not my type of player. Do you know what I mean? A bit too cheaty for my liking. Whereas Mbappe, too cheaty. And Mbappe is, well, I think he's just wonderful. A great player.
Well, like I said, he wants Mbappe down the middle tomorrow night. I want Mbappe sat in the stands. But hey, listen, we don't always get what we want. Alan, how are you? How's sunny Melbourne, mate?
It's going to be sunny today, and it's going to be 23. So, and the sun's just coming up, so it's early in the morning here. So, yeah, all good. Yeah,
so that's why we've got the piss down rain, is it?
Yeah. We're swapped over. It was raining last week, but it's been sunny. It's going to be nice this weekend, apparently. So, all good.
Jolly good. But yeah, big thank you to Byron. Thought he came across really, really well. And watch out next week. There will be, hopefully, a live preview with him live on the channel again. Big thank you to our patrons. You have been amazing. But let's just get into a few of your comments. I see the first half being a 2-2 draw. You mean first leg blew out, I think you mean.
Yeah.
Charlie Everett can't wait for the game tomorrow. He's already getting excited. Blew out. I wonder if PSG sell PSG berets in the club shop.
I'm sure they do.
Charlie, don't go too soon with your prediction, mate. We'll come into that team. Lee Cullen, hi all. Hope you're good. Blew out's doing this.
Sorry.
Yeah. Kamal Dwyer, I think we'll dominate the midfield. Ooh, we'll get into that. We shall get into that. Dululu says, hi, Blues. There you go. You're welcome, Lord Byron and Blue Art. He's a lovely fella, so there you go. Jack Lake says, hi, Alan. Still want Sterling sold. Not going down that road tonight.
Not talking about it.
Kamal Dwyer's with you, Chris. How long will Neymar stay on the deck tomorrow night?
I don't know. Listen, he's a very skillful player, like I've said, mate, and he could do damage to us. And I think if they do get a lead, then you can expect plenty of play acting if they're ahead in the leg, mate.
I just think that Neymar and the players that they've got reminds me a bit when City had the side in 2012-13, full of stars, not necessarily a team, but they've got players that are capable of turning the game on its head very, very quickly without really influencing the game. The Neymar can suddenly just appear in that split second and do something fantastic. He's capable of it, so we just got to be careful.
Yeah, I think it's interesting as well because the leagues. The top three are separated by 2 points, I think, and they're 1 point behind, aren't they?
Yeah.
So it'd be interesting to see, how he picks his team because he's obviously going to have a big game at the weekend, which he can't afford to slip up in, and therefore the second leg again might be a different proposition. Whereas United drawing at the weekend has given City a little bit of a chance to maybe take lift and maybe take a risk at the weekend and not play a very strong side like he did against Leeds.
Yeah. Well, apparently he arrested a few players, though, didn't he? At the weekend, I was reading on the internet that quite a few of their players are fresh and ready to go for the game tomorrow. So
well, let's just wait before we jump in. The preview will be done in 2 minutes. The way we're rolling. Right. What we're going to do is we are going to get into the preview. I know Chris has got some facts all about PSG.
Not facts, mine.
All right, well, some stats, facts. He's got some information on PSG for you. And then we'll finish off with a little bit of we'll talk about Sunday's cup game, where apparently we do what we do best. We won another cup. I don't know if anyone's heard. Because all I've heard for the last few days, it's Mickey Mouse, Disney Cup, and everything else that I've heard. It's terrible, these. But Chris, PSG, go on, give us what you know, mate.
Well, it's just really looking at their season so far because they're not running away with the French league, which is a bit of a surprise. They've had a tougher season, but Poch has come in and they're on pretty good form at the minute. Since the Barcelona leg when the Champions League came back. They've pretty much played the same amount of games as we have. I think I've written down here. I think they've played 16 and won 11, drawn 1, and lost 4. And we've played 15 and won 12, lost 3. So it's quite similar, you know. They finished top of their group on goal difference, Leipzig, which knocked United out of the Premier European competition into the Carabao Cup. Then they beat Barcelona. I watched that first leg at the new camp when they won 4-1, and Mbappe was just scary. Really frightening performance. One of the best individual displays I think I've seen this season. And then drew at home to them, which obviously was a nothing game when you're 4-1 up. And then in the last round, I thought they played really well. Again, I watched another game I did watch, was their their away game at Bayern Munich, which was a horrible night. And they played well. But, you know, Munich had loads and loads of chances. And it was a bit like those games, like, say, the City and Leeds game, where Bayern had lots and lots of shots at goal, but nothing was coming off for them. And they came away with a really good win. But then when back at Paris, they lost to Munich at home. So they're not so strong at home, I don't think, you know. So, and that's where City have done really well away from home. So that'd be interesting. Yeah, I just think, you know, if you look at their Champions League performances, they've got, you know, they've lost at home to United, they've lost at home to Bayern. They only really had one convincing win at home in the group stage, which was against Istanbul. But City this year in the Champions League, they've won 9 and drawn 1 against Porto. You know, they've had a fantastic run up to this point. So, yeah, I'm quite confident, if I'm honest with you.
You know what? I think you've said a stat there that is so sort of people forget about it and they don't mention it. They won 9 and drawn 1. I don't think there's another team in the competition. Is there a team that won 10 out of 10 in this competition? I can't remember one. So, you know, I think we've got to remember we're all going in with the fear of PSG. You know, and Byron says there, PSG on TV said, confident of a 2-0 win. You know, I was clearly not watching us this season, not watching what we're doing.
They have started scoring, though. In recent games, they have started banging the goals in, mate. So,
well, I think Pep said that today in his press comments, didn't he? He has mentioned that he knows we're going to. Apparently, he has said we're going to give up chances. He knows we're going to give up chances. You're in the semi-final of the prestigious World Cup competition, as they all call it. Everything else, but so when you get to this stage, you're going to play big teams, great teams that are going to have great players who will create a chance out of nothing, you know. But Alan, what do you think? PSG, what's your initial thoughts going into tomorrow evening?
Well, PSG have probably dominated the French league now for a while, and you know, obviously they did well in the Champions League last year by getting to the final. But they've got quality players, big players that can turn games on the head. So we have to be very careful. It's the first time in a long, long time, I think, that we're going into the game as not favourites to win it tomorrow night. So it's going to be a difficult game. We've got to play it. We've got to bring our A game to the table and not freeze like we did in our last semi-final. That is the thing. I was there at the Etihad and Real Madrid's ground for the semi-final, and I thought we froze in that semi-final. We didn't express ourselves in any way, really. To be fair, we didn't go for it.
I don't think we froze them. That
was Pellegrino.
Yeah, I think it's just poor tactics.
yeah. It was. You know, we had the players to cause them a lot of problems, but we never expressed ourselves, and I thought that was pretty poor. The first leg was
Pellegrini's fault.
Yeah, that's right. And, you know, I just hope we go to... I think he will play a tight game tomorrow in Paris. I don't think he'll go all out guns blazing trying to score goals. I do think he's going to go with a tight formation and pack the midfield to try and stop them from playing. But, you know, this is a game where I think Rodri has to perform. We don't get out-pressed. Because if we get out-pressed, that's where Rodri sometimes... buttles under pressure. So I just hope he has a good game tomorrow. If he does that, I think we'll be okay.
Give him any credit,
mate. He's played well since Christmas. He has, apart from one game. He's played well since Christmas. Tomorrow they will press us tomorrow.
I'm just going to note the time and the date down. You've just said that. Rodri's played well. 27th of April at 5 to 10. Right.
Yeah, he has played well since Christmas time, and that's being fair to the guy. But tomorrow's going to be a very difficult game, extremely for the club. It's going to be a test for us, a challenge. I just thought we've got big challenge for us. It's a big game, and the pressure is going to be on. And I hope that the players can express themselves in a way where they can still attack.
Well, Jack Lee's gone. I mean, Jack, that'll be no good for our heart rates tomorrow, mate.
No, I can't be doing 3-3. No.
I love the 3 away goals, but I don't like 3-3s. Chris, would you like a 3-3 tomorrow? Would your heart rate take that?
Listen, I don't mind. A 3-3 would be a good result, mate. 3 away goals.
It would, but I'm saying my heart rate wouldn't take it.
No, well, you see, I'm going to be honest with you, mate. I'm not nervous about it. It's a Champions League. I think the win at the weekend will send us in with a lot of confidence. You know, a good rest for Rodri, good rest for Bernardo, who I think will have to work his socks off tomorrow, and he will. You know he will. But he'll be leading that press for sure.
Yeah, Ryan Edwards. As you can say, my pronunciations have still not got any better since I've come back. So, all right, lads, just match Kyle up with Mbappe, not Cancelo. We will go through the lineups as we're going through this. Man City fans gone for 6-6 draw. Some people are getting a bit silly now. Blue Art, the Eiffel Tower will be leaning towards Manchester after tomorrow. I hope so, mate. But Neil Hamstock makes a very good point. We won at Anfield. We've avenged Spurs last weekend after 81. Now it's time to pay Potts back for the Lorente handball. You know what, Chris? Should we be scared of anyone this year? Because we've done things this year that we have not done in a long, long time, and we've proved some people wrong. Are they not underestimating us a touch?
No, I think both clubs will respect each other. They're both fantastic players within each team. Verratti for them is a great midfielder, but you know we've got KDB who's just as good, if not better. You know we've got good forwards in good form. I don't like the link between Foden and Mbappe, if I'm honest with you, because I don't think they're anything like each other as players.
No, they're not. Nothing at all. Nothing at all.
I think it's a very strange sort of matchup with those two. But I don't think we should. Look, we go in and we will respect the opposition. They'll respect us. I don't think we should be scared of anybody. But likewise, I don't think PSG should be scared of anybody either. You know, they're two very good teams. You know, Chelsea, good team. So are Real Madrid. Whoever wins it, mate. There's 4 really good teams in there, mate. It's not like a Liverpool and Tottenham final coming up. You know, which although Liverpool had a good season that year, how on earth Tottenham Hotspur got into a Champions League final was scandalous.
Well, Jack Lee said there, and I want to get your opinions on this YouTube chat. The thing is, the away leg is about scoring, and the home leg is about not conceding. Alan, what do you think of that comment from Jack Lee?
Yeah, well, it's true. It's true. You know, I've said previously, previous years, and on here last year, that the reason we haven't done well in the Champions League or got to the final at least is because we conceded goals in the Champions League, and at home you can't do it. Because as soon as you do that at home, it really does cost you. Because if it ends up in a draw, you're going out on away goals. So tomorrow, if we could manage to get an away goal or 2, it would be fantastic. You know, because that puts us in a good position for the next leg. As long as we keep the back door shut, you've got to be tight. You can't not be with two-legged games.
What would say, Alan? You know, Pep got criticism for the way we played at White Hart Lane in the quarter-final, the first leg.
Yeah, I was there. I was there that game. Yep.
And Pep got criticism because he did play a lot more defensive in that game than we had done that season. But this season we have played a little bit more pragmatically. So I don't think if we play a tighter game tomorrow, it's something that the team are actually fairly used to. So I think I think the way we have played this season, we've said it all along, you know, has been with the Champions League in mind. And I think that's the way we'll go. I think we'll try and keep it tight. And
I'm
like
convinced,
tonight,
I'm convinced he'll play a tighter game. He won't be as expansive. I don't think the fullbacks will go bombing forward as much.
no, I don't think he will at all, mate.
I don't think
think
they'll be allowed to. He won't be
I
allowed
think-
to go bombing forward.
Well, we'll see what teams he picked, but I think we all would say that you're going to play Walker if Cancelo, with Mbappe playing. And
Yeah.
I don't think you're going to want Kyle bombing down outside Riyadh too often. You don't want him,
No.
Even Mbappe a clear run out.
Yeah. That would be suicidal. But
Yeah.
but yeah, I think it's going to be. I think it'll be tight. I mean, look at Real Madrid and Chelsea tonight, a 1-1 draw. That wouldn't surprise me either. Coming away with a similar scoreline to that.
Well, we'll just have to see. But it's we're going into the game not favourites, which I kind of like, to be honest with you. And it's up to, as long as Pep doesn't go too defensive, because I don't think we can be too defensive the way we play. I think if he tries to do that, he could end up in a lot of problems. I really do. Because their forward line's excellent.
It is, but another good thing for City is that everybody's fit. And that's another thing that's proper sort of, so that we've missed out at this end of this time of the season. We expect there to be a couple of injuries or somebody who's been out for months, but other than there's a couple of players maybe not in the best of form, but everyone's fit, and I think that gives Pep a good hand to play from.
Yeah.
Well, this is a good time. I'm going to bring in Abdullah's comment here. Says, I'm worried about the counter-attacks with Mbappe and Neymar. Counter-attacks is Pep's kryptonite.
Yeah, it is.
Has he got a point there, anyone?
Yeah, he's got a point, big time. They are useful.
Because Tyrone says the 3-5-2 formation is perfect for PSG. So is the way we're going to play, Chris, could that fit straight into PSG's hands? Possibly. So could Pep have to change it slightly tomorrow? Yeah.
I think, PSG, look at United, how they played at the Etihad when they got their well-deserved win, unfortunately. And that's how they hit us, was on the break. But I don't think our press was great that day. And I think that's something that we will certainly have the players on the pitch. I don't think Bernardo played in that United game, and I think we missed him. And I think we missed him because that is what he leads the press. And if you allow quality passes of the ball, they will hit you over the top. And I think he'll have a big impact on the game if he plays.
Yeah.
Well, Kamal Dwight said Pep has emphasised in the presser that would be ourselves tomorrow night. He's learned from Leon. Can I just make a point on Leon? I've read a lot of this on Leon over the last 48 hours. Can we just remember? I know we got knocked out, and I know there was mistakes.
Yeah.
But it was only one game. There was no two-leg in there. It was a one-game knockout. So that changes your mentality straight out the door, because you can't sort of. And to go back to the point, Chris, on the semi-final, I think people have raised a good point. Is this is a semi-final? I don't think anyone's going to go gun. You've seen tonight with Chelsea and Real Madrid. No one's going to go gun ho at any point in this first leg, because this is a semi-final.
I agree, but I think there's more chance of it happening in this tie than the Chelsea and Madrid game. But that you don't want to be out of it by the time the second leg comes up to you. So, yeah.
Yeah, I just think he'll play tight and try and not concede a goal. And if going into the next game, even if it's a 0-0 or a 1-1, 1-1 will be perfect, obviously. But I just don't think he'll go over expansive. I'll be surprised if he does.
So you think he's going to change things then, Alan?
Yeah, I think he will. They can't afford to go into the second leg not having a chance of winning it.
But isn't that contradicting everything he did last year against Leon then?
Well,
because he's always criticised for overthinking the Champions League. Don't change.
Against Leon, it's a team we should have beaten. It was a one-off game, wasn't it, as well, because of COVID. I think everyone expected him. We had massive problems at the back. We had problems at the back all year with the injuries, and we didn't replace Vincent. We had huge problems down the middle, and we played Leon. Leon are not a big. This lot. If you give this lot space, they will destroy you. You cannot give them space, and you've got to play tight. That's the difference.
Listen,
Leon, we just didn't play well. We
didn't, and I think there were, like playing with Garcia at the back. We all sort of raised our eyebrows at that. But the goal that they got when Laporte got his legs clipped wasn't picked up. Rasmus, the sitter at the end, it could have gone the other way. It's just fine margins in that game went against us. It wasn't like. I think we all felt it was a strange tactics from Pep, but you know what? For a couple of very marginal decision and a chance of a really good goal from Sterling, we would have got through. So, football is fine margins, and like you say, the Bayern Munich match that PSG had, Bayern Munich had so many chances, but they didn't take chances, and that's City's problem, and that's where City need to be clinical tomorrow.
Yeah, they
can't have a game like we did
on the weekend.
That Leeds game as well, where we had 29 shots to their 2 and managed to lose 2-1.
We did the same in the first half at the weekend as well. Chris.
Yeah.
In the League Cup, the first half we should have been 4 clear at half time, and we were missing. If that's a centre forward up front, we'll at least score 2 of those minimum. If we'd have had Sergio, the question to me is: do we pick Bernardo or doing the forward press, or do we pick Jesus? There's a choice to be made there.
Well, Blue House says this. I feel like we go toe to toe with PSG. We can punch our weight against anyone and get something out of the game. Our Achilles heel is the inability to put our chances away.
Yeah,
which is what you two just said.
Yeah,
spot on.
it is. Yeah.
So it's and Jack Lee says, "Great point, Blue House. I've been moaning for 2 years about our poor finishing."
Yeah, it's been longer than that, though, hasn't it?
Yeah, it's been longer than that. Yeah. It's not so bad when you have a fit Sergio and a firing Sergio, but we haven't. We've not had it all year. We can't do anything till the summer. There's no point moaning about it. We can't. To me, we have to wait till the summer and see if we put it back.
No, I get into this debate, but we're still top of the league by 10 points.
I agree.
And we're complaining that we've not got a goal scorer.
But we're not winning games 3, 4, 5-0 a lot this year. We've been winning games 2-1, 2-0, 2-1. We've been doing that a lot this year, but we still create chances, which is good. Tomorrow we've got to be good to create chances against this lot. They're a good side.
It's true, and like you say, that 10 games ago was the last time we scored 3 goals.
There you go.
So
I know what you're saying, but to me, you still get 3 points if you win 1-0 or you win 5-0. You still get 3 points.
We just want a big performance from City tomorrow. A big performance. That's what we need.
Now, I don't want to harp on about it, but when I was a manager,
were you?
Apparently so.
Can you imagine?
Get worried when you're not creating the chances.
Did you score a lot? Did you score a lot of goals when you were managing mine?
Apparently so,
your team. Yeah.
160 odd goals.
Did you win the league? Did you win the league, Marty? Did you win the league?
We did one year. We won the cup the next year at Ashton United. Anyway,
that's got up 10 goals from last week, Mark.
Hey, sweet, he'll be under 90. It's like the Man United title wins. They go up by 10 every year, and the Liverpool and everything else. Chris, all the talks about Mbappe and all the talks about Neymar. Anybody else in that PSG team you're worried about? Because I think we're missing someone here who not a lot of people have mentioned, who I'm quite think could worry us a lot.
Mate, they are their best 2 players. There's no 2 ways about it. Mbappe's record this season, I've got it written down somewhere, Martin. It's something like 25 goals in 29 league appearances, 37 goals in 42 games. That ain't shoddy, is it? We all know what Neymar can do. And I think the lad in the middle, Verratti's a fantastic player, mate. So
yeah, he is.
And obviously, a player who I think don't have too high opinion on because of his time at United wasn't too great. But Di Maria is a no mug, and he's played very well at PSG.
Yeah, he's a good player.
Listen, that's man. I thought Di Maria when I thought he was coming to Manchester City, I've always liked Di Maria, and I know over at the Rags, he didn't want to. He didn't play well, but as the story goes, he didn't realise which Manchester team he was signing for. So he had his bottom lip out for 2 years, didn't he? Yeah. But yeah, Alan, anyone in your team? You know, they've got Di Maria, they've got
Verratti. We've got to stop. We've got to stop Verratti hitting. Obviously, the forward players they've got. He's a very good footballer, can dictate the game. So we need to be on him to stop him playing. And, you know, I think if we play a high, you know, we can't go too high, but if we press well, City will get a result. That is the key. We've got to start pressing well in that game. I'd rather worry about ourselves. They are a good side. We know they are. We don't have to, you know, worry about it. It's all about how we perform. And if we perform, we'll have a chance.
Yeah. Marquinhos. He's somebody else we've not mentioned. Brazilian, centre-back, very good player. Anyone worried about him? I mean, like you said, Verratti, Di Maria, they've also got the guy who played against Bayern Munich, Draxler, who is a very underrated player, Julian Draxler. I think he's very, very underrated. So they've got, I mean, my personal opinion, Chris and Alan, coming to Chris first, I think their fullbacks is the weak link in that PSG team, and I think that's where we can get at them.
Yeah, you're probably right there, mate.
In a minute, but that's just what I think looking at their fullbacks. Because, well, what do you think?
Yeah, I think you're right. I think that is their weak area. But you have to expect the further you go in the competition, the better the opposition. I think that these are a step up from Dortmund.
Big time.
And I think we played very well against Dortmund once Bernardo was pushed further up the pitch and started the presses. It changed the game because Hummels was able to step out of defence with the ball and pick passes. About, 20 minutes, 30 minutes into that game, Bernardo was pushed up the pitch and Hummels wasn't able to have that time on the ball, and the balls he was playing were more hopeful, which were getting cut out more often than not. So it really depends on... And I'm sure Pep will go with that. I think he'll play Bernardo up as far as possible, and as he dares to get that press going. There's still that still might not work because when you have a player like Neymar in your side, he's capable of doing anything. A bit like Kevin De Bruyne in our side is capable of pulling out something you wouldn't, a pass that no one else can see, or smashing it in from 30 yards, And they've got Kylian Mbappe, but we've got Phil Foden.
Well, that's what
Alan, say again, mate.
That's what Colin and Chris, where I'm coming on to apologise. We're sat here waxing lyrical on the PSG. It's not like we've got a shabby second division team.
We've got a very good team. That's the diff. We've got a very good team as a unit, and they are a very, very good team. And we've got KDB as our star player in young Foden. But they've got like the big stars that we used to have that stand out on their own, and we didn't need to play well to win games because some of them players would just turn games on its head, like a Yaya, or a Sergio, or people like that, or David Silva. Now we've got a team that play well as a unit. We just have to worry about ourselves. If we perform that we can, and all play to our top of our game, City will get a result. That's what I think. But we have to perform.
Listen, they ain't got Kevin De Bruyne. They haven't got a Phil Foden. They haven't got an informed Riyad Mahrez.
Yeah.
They haven't got a Ruben Dias and a John Stones. They haven't got a Kyle Walker. I'm not having Chris. When did Keylor Navas become the best goalie in the world? Can someone? Because I think that's a weak link for them as well. If I'm honest,
I don't think he's the best keeper in the world, mate. But I don't think he's rubbish either. I'm not going to put.
He's not crap.
I don't think he's in the top 5 goals.
I'm not. As far as I'm concerned, mate, this is a two really good teams who are both capable of having bad days as well. So,
You
got to give PSG credit. They've beaten Barcelona, top of the La Liga, aren't they? They've beaten Bayern Munich, top of the Bundesliga. Are they going to beat Manchester City, top of the English league? This is a. They're no mugs, mate. No mugs. And they played really well at the Nou Camp. I mean, seriously well. And they played a good game. I thought they were a bit fortunate to be 3-1 winners at Bayern Munich, but they took their chances and they defended fairly well in that game. So
I think they'll target our left full-back area. That's for certain, because they'll feel City's weak area is there, and it's a question mark who they actually play in that position. City tomorrow night. It's what do they do against because Mbappe will swap sides. He'll go right side, left side. Mbappe will swap sides. Left side, he'll go left.
Who?
You know who I'm talking about, taking the mickey.
Is that you?
Mbappe.
Making you say
Mbappe.
that?
Whoever you want to call him, yeah. I just think he'll be swapping over all the way through the game to have a go at our left full back. Who would you play there tomorrow for City?
Well, we'll get into this. Let's get into it. I'm just going to do the last few comments, then we'll get into our lineup. Guys, people say Navas is great. Listen, it's all opinions. All I'm going to say is Real Madrid don't get rid of top players out the door. That's just my honest opinion. And
but PSG pay very big wages, mate. Maybe they were offering him something that Real Madrid weren't willing to pay, mate.
Yeah, and it was the end of his contract as well. One year to go. That's why he's gone.
Listen, it's all opinions. You know, don't castrate now. Listen, it's all opinions. Shut up, you. Right, let's get into the lineups then. So Manchester City then, goalkeeper. Is anyone saying anything different?
No.
No one going
Edison.
for Scott Carson?
No. Edison.
And joining in the comments that you're going along here, Chris Edison.
Yeah, of course, mate.
Alan Edison. I'm Edison. Yeah. I'm presuming everyone else is Edison. Right, Chris, you're back. Charlie and Nathan Clark have gone James Trafford. What a debut. Throw him in. Who's your back line, Chris, tomorrow? This is going to be
Walker, Stones, Diaz, Zinchenko.
Okay. Alan?
I'm going to go the same.
I'm going to.
I was tossing whether we're going to play Cancelo and then push him into midfield for an extra man. He could do that, but I don't think he'll do it. I think he'll play Zinchenko.
I
think he might do that in the second leg, Alan, depending where we are after the first leg. But
I think he's going to go Walker, Diaz, Stones, and Laporte.
Oh, you're going to go for... I was thinking about that, actually.
Because I think Laporte against Neymar, I think he might have the pace, but I think he's a better defender, brain-wise, than Zinchenko. And there's nothing against Zinchenko or Mendes. So before everyone says I hate Zinchenko and I'm ditching him out the team, I'm just thinking defensively up against Neymar.
Do you think he might go? Do you think he might go 3 at the back?
No. I think it'll be the 4. But I think I can just see. I don't know why. I've just got visions of Laporte for his defensive qualities. I think he's got the know-how. I think he's got the brains. As we saw on Sunday, he can do a little tactical foul, which I think you might have to do against Neymar a little bit. Because one thing that you notice about Neymar, I don't know what accent that became, about Neymar, he doesn't like being roughed up a little bit. And I don't think that's in Zinchenko's game a lot.
Yeah.
Zinchenko isn't in a... And what worries me with Zinchenko a little bit is these crossfield. He likes to play this pass across his own box.
Yeah.
If you do that tomorrow, you won't get away with it like he did against Dortmund. But I honestly do think Zinchenko has been probably, along with Stones, our most improved player this year. So not because I don't like him, I'm thinking tactically at the moment.
Yeah.
Chris, CDM.
Rodri.
I'm going Rodri as well.
I've gone Rodri. Jade Fresh just put Stones since England duty had a mistake every game. Let's not dig him out. Ronnie said Ake. No one thinking Ake for left backs.
I thought about it. I just don't think he's had enough games to play him. If he'd have played loads of games, then you would have said, he's a big contender. But he's not had enough games for me to be, he's a good player and he is a very good player. Be on the bench, definitely.
A lot of people are going for Laporte over Stones.
Well, in one comment, I know it was a negative comment about he's made mistakes over the top, balls over the top of him since that game he made the mistake. That is true. You know, he could go Laporte, and because it'll balance it out as far as he'll be able to play a left footer on the left and a right footer on the right if he plays Laporte. Diaz will play on his right side. So he may go down that route. He really may go down that route. But we'll just have to wait and see.
So, Chris, you both got Rodri. Electron Skies is going to reckon he'll play Dino and Rodri, but he doesn't agree, though.
No. He might play two CDMs, but I don't think it works with City the way we play. I don't think we press as well either.
Werner played pretty much the whole game against Spurs as well. He's not.
Yeah, I don't think he'll play
2 games.
He'll play 20 minutes if we need him, last 20 minutes, and that'll be it.
I always think, I'm with you guys, I always think when Rodri gets rested or dropped to the bench, whatever you want to call it, I start thinking that's been done with a tactical.
Yeah, of course it is.
Yes, Nali Tubu or Nali Tiba. Yes, KDB is available. Right, who's your two in front? I've gone Rodri as well. Who's your two in front of him?
Gundogan, and then it could either be Kevin or Bernardo. I think I'll put Gundogan in my team, and the other four will be Bernardo, Kevin, Mahrez, and Foden. And that will, I think, you might have seen a little bit of interchange in there, man.
Yeah. I think it's going to be Gundogan and Bernardo in the middle, which Bernardo will be able to swap at times with KDB, because KDB is going to push forward, I think.
Yeah, that's how I see it, mate.
Who
have you got on the wings, mate?
Me?
Yeah.
Foden on the left, Mahrez on the right.
So exactly the same.
And it'll be KDB it'll be KDB or Bernardo. The thing is, with both of those can come back when they need extra men in midfield. That's why.
So I think I've got with Foden, Mahrez, KDB. It's the guy in the middle I'm unsure of.
Yeah, well, the thing is, they both can do it, and I think they both will do it. I think they'll both rotate because they move around. Let's be honest, the players in the City's front line all move around to different positions consistently, and I think he'll play that, and I think he'll want to dominate the ball. That's what he'll want to do. He'll want to dominate the football, keeping the ball away from them, and I think he'll do that. I don't think I was thinking, did he play Jesus up front to press like crazy? But I just think we'll need to away from home. I think we will need to control the football.
I think you might see Gabby Allen if Mahrez doesn't have a great first half. I think you might see him then.
That's it. I think that's it. I think Gabby might come into it in the home leg when we may need to score some goals. I really do think that might be the case.
But I do think it's impossible to drop Mahrez at the minute.
Yeah, I've actually gone for Gabby in the middle for the press against them. I really have. And I've unfortunately rested Bernardo down to the bench as much as I don't want to for his. But then again, he trouble is Gabby and Bernardo were both rested on Sunday.
He might play, but he might play Jesus up front. He might do, but I'm just thinking that we need to get hold of the football against this lot, and we make and keep it away from them. And I think that with the tactic he goes for. And if the press doesn't work, he'll put Jesus on. I'll tell you that now.
Let me bring this in from ACB.
No.
Anyone think Aguero should start tomorrow?
No. He might start at home. He might play at home. He hasn't played enough games. This is the problem. As you said to me, Martin, yesterday about being sentimental about Sergio. Yeah, we all are. We all love him. But, and I was saying, we need to get him back in the team. It takes him 3 or 4 games just to get up to speed. And he's not had any continuous games all year. So I can't see how they can play him. I really don't. And don't get me wrong, I'd love to play him. A fully fit, charged Sergio, I'd give him a right arm for that. But unfortunately, he's not in that position, is he?
No. And what it was, I'll tell Chris and everyone why you listen. What it was with the sentimental comment is Alan said he should have put Aguero on for 20 minutes near the end because the last ever trip to Wembley he should play. And I went, hang on. When does Pep Pep Guardiola does not do sentimental in a cup final. Never has.
Yeah, but it was just before it was about 5 minutes before we scored that I was thinking that. I thought, get Sergio on because we couldn't score.
Well, Aguero's not scored all season.
Yeah, but mate, if you give him a chance, he's going to score. We all know he would.
No, that's false. He had 2 chances against Leicester and didn't. So don't give me that.
But that was his first game back, wasn't it? The Leicester game.
Yeah, it was, and
it's true. It's true what you say, Alan. If he had a run of games leading up to this, then he probably had a chance.
Yeah.
But
no, I agree with that. Yeah,
all day long, because he continue. I'm just hoping before the next leg he manages to come on for a good length of time, just in case we might need him in the second leg.
Well, Shanu's gone for Jesus, has great pace, is a threat. We need him to play. Ace has gone for a front three of Foden, Aguero, and Mahrez.
Yeah.
Got to put Raz. We need the pace tomorrow. Has Sterling got any say in this game tomorrow in terms of? No. Because a lot of people said he played very well on Sunday.
I thought he did a lot better on Sunday. I wouldn't say he played well. He did a lot better than he has done. He was beating players, which he hasn't done for a while because he was playing square all the time. He was a lot better. His end product is still not the best, and I just think he will play. I think he'll be on the bench and he'll come on as an impact player if we need him.
Okay. Blue Out says Sergio, with the greatest respect, looks like he's on Barcelona beach to me. I'm with Blue Out on that.
Yeah, he is.
Unfortunately, and it hurts to say that.
It is. It does hurt because we feel that we owe him, but that we own him. We don't. At the end of the day, he's not been offered a contract. He's free to go anywhere he wants, as long as it's not to the rags. I don't care.
I mean, I'm with Linny on this. Not really Sergio, but winning 3-0. Yeah, I would. Yeah, but 2-0 up, maybe give him 10, 15 minutes. I don't think you can start him for me. No. As much as that pains me to say that, it really, really does.
Can you imagine saying that 2 years ago? You'd have said, "Ooh, you'd never have said it, would you?" But there you go. Sergio.
Chris, anything you want to say on the lineup? Has Sterling got a fighting chance, maybe, or still on the bench for you?
Well, he wouldn't be. Would you be surprised if he played? I wouldn't be surprised if he played, mate.
No, I wouldn't. That's
because it's Pep. Because it's Pep. But I like Alan just said. You know, he had a much more an improved performance against in the cup final and a decent game. But again, end product wasn't there. So although it was a much more improved performance, I don't think he's deserving of a start at the minute.
No.
Yeah. So, sorry, go on, Alan.
No, the game's too important tomorrow to not get a result tomorrow, or at least don't get knocked out of the tie in the first leg. I just think he needs to get hold of the ball. I think he'll play a bit more, not saying negatively, but a lot tighter tomorrow.
Okay. Ronnie said Rossi's form is linked to Aguero's movement, in his honest opinion. So, I have heard people have said that. I've heard that the Brazzers looked a little bit lost without Aguero being with him. Smash the likes, guys. Yeah, 140 on. Please, that's why I can't get through all your comments. I do apologise. There's 140 people on at the moment, and we do try our very best. Let's get into so that was our 11s. Let's get into the score predictions. Chris, give us your head score, not your heart score.
I haven't got a heart, mate, so I'm going to go, I think, 1-1.
Tight one. Alan?
My heart says 1-1. My head's saying we might lose 2-1, but as long as we get the away goal.
I don't know, but I'm going to go through this screen and throw your computer out of a window in a minute. Shut it up and put it on silent. Do something with it. Charlie Everton for a tight 1-0. Score prediction. El Senor. He's gone for 2-2. Ooh, Perez is on. Nelly Tubu, who said he's a Chelsea fan, but welcome to the channel. He's gone for a 2-1 City win. Linny's gone for a 2-0 City win. Harry's gone for a 1-0 City win. No one's saying we're getting beat here so far. Jack Lee's gone 1 each. Oak Dupes has gone 3-1 PSG. There's always one. He has to come back down to earth with a bump. Neil Handstock, 2-2. Tefton's gone for a 10-1 win.
That'll do.
Ronnie, 3-1 City as always. Good man. Charlie Everett, Alan is a very busy man. No, what it is Alan's texting his mate. Just email me quick so it looks like I'm busy and I'm doing some work. I've
got a day's work after this.
Some of us have done a day's work.
Yeah, some of us have been sat in the land of Nod for 7 hours, mate. Some of us have had things to do. Striker Ford 888. Got your phone number. It's gone for 2-2. Electro Disguises 2-1 Blues. Loads of scores coming in here. I'll give you mine in a minute because mine's a little bit out there. I'm Hart says 2-1, but City says 2-2, says Blue Heart. We definitely need more than one away goal. Skamal thinks we're going to need more than one. 2-1 City, but if we lose 2-1 as well. So Tyrone Douglas is happy with either.
Yeah.
Daniel Ford, 1-0. PSG home record hasn't been good this season. 1-0 Man City. BHE FIFA's gone for 3-1 PSG. Stephen's gone 2-0. Tom's dad's on. City Chippy, how are you, mate? He's gone 2-1 City, so he's confident. Dudley's gone 1-1. And you said it earlier, didn't you, Chris? PSG's home record is not the best this season.
Well, it's not dreadful. It's just not as strong as what their away form seems to be,
Yeah.
But that's the same as City,
Exactly.
Yeah, City's have not been that good.
Yeah. Well, our away record's better than our home record. Like I said, it's loads of people. Loads are coming in with scores now. Chris, have you been in your shed today?
Unfortunately not, mate.
He's been working, hasn't he, Chris?
Yeah, tomorrow I might be in my shed tomorrow.
Daffy Osman's gone for 2-2. He's gone for a last minute Laporte equaliser 3-1. I like it. Right. I'll tell you what I'm going to go for now. I'm going
4-0.
Calm down. I think we'll win 3-0. I think we'll win 3-0. Really confident.
It's not like you, mate.
I know it's not like me.
It makes a change from 5-0 because every game we're going to win 5-0.
Hey, and that's with 5 minutes to go. I normally go, all right.
That's like 5-0. Even though they're playing PSG at their place. Oh, 3-0.
Martin, there's only a minute left. Yeah, but we'll score 4, don't worry. I just think Diaz and Stones will step up tomorrow. Because I think this is literally going to be their biggest test. And we've waxed lyrical about Diaz and Stones all season. This is the test of all tests tomorrow.
Oh, we have to perform. Every player has to perform. It has to be our A game, big time, tomorrow.
I think it's going to have to be A-star game.
Yeah.
Not time. A game, A-star. Yeah. And I don't know why I've just got a feeling on the Porto play. I think Laporte at left back will be the thing that will.
He could play centre half, mate. He could drop Stones.
No, I don't see that. Not with Stones having a 3-match ban. I think Stones will play. But I might be wrong. But yes, well, that's where we're at tomorrow. Don't forget to join us tomorrow.
Just ask the guys, because obviously it's morning here now and we're going into the pub at 5 a.m. Are you guys going to sleep tonight, or are you a bit nervous? I know Marty's going to be awake most of the night because he'll be texting me. I'm working with nerves.
Oh, I've got to do other things after this, but carry on.
Yeah,
that sounds really good.
I'd like to ask Chris or Martin: are they going to sleep, or are they going to be worried all night?
As soon as we're done here, Alan, I'll be going off to watch the baseball till I fall asleep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Put his phone on silent for you.
And to be honest with you, mate, no, I'm not nervous, mate.
I'm not nervous.
No.
I'm not.
Not nervous.
Martin,
if it was a league,
you can tell Martin's nervous because he's doing this all the way through the blog. He's like, you can tell he's on edge. He'll be walking around his bedroom like, "Oh, I'm going out to the car, just going to have a cigarette." Oh,
I know this is going to sound really poor, really, right?
Yeah.
But if it was a league game to win the league, I would not sleep properly tonight. But no.
Well, that's going to happen. Hopefully, that's the weekend.
Charlie, we're not done yet, mate. Don't go anywhere. We're not done yet.
Yeah, that's going to be the weekend, isn't it? So when we play Palace, because we could win it if the Scousers do us a favour. The only time this season I'll be actually cheering for the Scousers, and it's not.
Have you calmed down a bit then, mate? Have you calmed down a bit because we were throwing it away a couple of weeks ago?
I know we were. Well, when I said before the Leeds game, I said if we get beat, and you went, don't be stupid, blah blah. When they lost, I must admit I did have the wobbles. I was walking up and down my living room non-stop, panicking, thinking, don't blow it. That's typical City coming out of me from years and years of failure. And you know what that feels like. I walk around the Imperial when we're 3-0 up with 5 minutes to go and still think we're going to lose.
So listen, I'll be honest. I'm not saying we've won the league yet. That's for sure, mate.
Yeah,
but
we're not nowhere near yet.
We've won the league. I'm not having that crap. We've won the league.
No, we can blow it. We can blow it, mate. Trust me, we can blow it. Yeah. So, Martin, you
don't say I've not supported City a long time, you cheeky little git.
Well, you haven't compared to me and Chris.
Oh, was it Chelsea?
To be fair,
sorry, you asked me from 5 years ago.
To be fair, though, when we started following City,
is he 40 yet? Is he 40 yet? He is, isn't he?
Easy.
He is 40, yeah. God, he was, yeah.
To be fair, though, Alan, to him, right, when we started following City, they were a decent team. He grew up with them.
They were brilliant sides in the 70s when I started properly watching them. Tony Buck was second in the league. It was a good side.
Right, one at a time, Alan. Let him speak.
Sorry.
God, it says this is a recurring theme, and I can't get a word in edgeways, mate. It's no, don't start stirring you.
I'm not even stirring. I'm not
shut up
down there.
I just you had to grow up when we just went from bad to worse, really. So
no. We were in the Premier League when I started supporting.
Yeah, I know, but that's not my point. In the 70s, Martin, we were actually a very good football team, and before I started going in the late 60s, we were even better. So, they were challenging.
Is the Imperial open tomorrow?
It is. It's 5 a.m. Game starts in the Imperial on 5 a.m. tomorrow. Everyone come down. Get a flight over. It should be all right. You have to do 2 weeks quarantine, so you might miss the game.
Go and get a flight to the Imperial. You won't get in the Imperial, but you'll get a flight to the Imperial.
Yeah, exactly. You can get a flight to it, but the game's on at 5 a.m. tomorrow morning in Melbourne at the Imperial on Burke Street and Spring Street, corner of it.
I'm with Ronnie on this. We could play our ADS lads in the last 5 games and we wouldn't blow it. We owe Poch a big whopping and we owe Tommy Tickles Chelsea a what? Let's do both and I won't be able to sleep for a week. Right. Chris and Alan, let's sleep down. So we've done the PSG for tomorrow. We just want to touch, before we go, on Manchester City's Pep Guardiola's 25th trophy as a manager. I will say that again. 25th trophy as a manager. Man City did the quad on Sunday. They won the Carabao Cup. But all I've heard for the last 2 days is how crap Tottenham were. I've not heard a lot about Manchester City. I know Gary Neville said a few things, but I've heard all about the Laporte stuff. I've heard all about how City were wasteful and Laporte shouldn't have been on the pitch to score that goal and blah, blah, blah. And Harry Kane should leave. Chris, sum up Sunday for me. Have City got the credit and Pep and the players got the credit that they deserve?
They never get the credit they deserve, really, Martin. I'm going to say this now. I thought we were really dominant and we didn't take some of our chances, right?
No.
But with that was a completely dominant display. I thought Tottenham was shocking going forward. Really poor. You know,
he wasn't fit though, was he, Kane? You could see it.
It's not just Kane, mate. It's not just Kane. It's the way they played. They tried to do something that isn't Spursy for me, which was to try and park the bus.
Well,
and nick a goal. And I just don't think that's Spurs' style of football. And I think Mason should hang his share. I know he's a 29-year-old, but he had nothing to lose. Spurs players had nothing to lose. He should have said, get out there and go for it. And they never. They just tried to nick a 1-goal win. And that's what Martin Tyler was praying for in the commentary over here, mate. Oh, they're going to win it now with 10 minutes to go. This is their chance. And then Aymeric steps up and gets a nice header, good assist from Kevin. I thought we played really well. And some like we were saying earlier, Raz had a really good game, in terms of an improvement, so a good game. Yeah. And some players got some rest as well. So I was really happy with the performance. It should have been 4-5-0, really. Spurs should hang their heads in shame, and the fans, just for being Spurs fans. So, yeah, I'm happy, mate.
Yeah, my apologies. It is 30 trophies is one. So the 25 I saw, they weren't including the Community Shield and other stuff. So with 25, what they call competitive trophies. Alan, you stop with your laptop, whatever you're doing. All I'm hearing.
I can't. It's the next email's coming in. It's work time. That's what it says. It says 20-8, so emails are coming in. So sorry.
Working at 20-8. Where are you working? We made Tottenham look like rubbish. Alan, you just said it then. Harry Kane looked poor. What made you go straight to the Harry Kane rather than?
No, you were talking because the subject went straight onto Tottenham. They were poor up front. That's why. So I said they were poor up front because they played a guy that has been injured for weeks and weeks and weeks, and he did the same in the Champions League a few years ago against Liverpool where he wasn't fit, and that to me made my mind up. As soon as that happened, they were desperate. City battered them. They should have won 4 or 5-0, mate.
Wasn't KDB injured though?
I don't think it was as bad as made out to be.
No. But he's been out for 2 games.
One game. He was out. It was that one game. But
and I think as well.
I thought the thing is, City dominated the game from start to finish. They kept the ball. They didn't give it away. They should have scored 4 in the first half. And let's be honest, and that's being kind. And the only danger was if we don't score in the second half, and it was looking like that way. And until Eric stepped up and headed the ball in, which I'm pleased about. But a certain Tottenham fan that I know around the corner hasn't spoken to me yet. So I don't know why he refuses to communicate in any shape, way, or form. He doesn't respond to his text messages. So I think he's a bit distraught. But there we go.
Well, if anyone deserves to be distraught, it's Leo, mate.
Yeah, I know. It's
I'm
Leo.
on this, Chris.
Leo, yeah.
I thought it was boys against men, mate.
Yeah.
Well, it was that kind of performance, but my point is, Spurs had nothing to lose. They weren't expected to win, so why didn't they go out and try and play Spurs football rather than play this, nick it Jose shot, which,
Well, can I say one thing about Spurs? It made me laugh. I saw a comment on YouTube, only yesterday actually, and why on earth would you get rid of a manager 6 days before a cup final who was a serial winner of trophies? And then I know they said that, but when someone said it to me that I spoke to a client who was a Spurs fan, and I said, why would you do that? And he was making excuses. I said, well, hang on, have you not beaten City this year? And he went, yeah. Who was your manager? He went, Jose. I went, right. There's my answer. That club keep on doing these Spursy type things, and they do, and it's hilarious because they live on cloud cuckoo land. Spurs fans sometimes.
They do. They are a deluded bunch.
Oh, they're like Liverpool. They're self-entitled. They think there's something special.
Apparently, though, the reason Mourinho went was there was talk of if he'd won the trophy, it would have cost them more money to get rid. So they wanted to take the chance.
But mate, you win the trophy.
Ridiculous.
It's ridiculous. You win the trophy. If Levy makes statements like, "I want Tottenham to win a trophy," what the hell are they doing?
Daniel Levy, and is it Enoch, whatever it's called, who run Tottenham?
John Lewis.
I know, the company's known as Enoch. Apparently, they are. They're very money orientated, and I think when it comes saving a buck or saving a pound or two, I think that's where they were going. There was also rumours Jose went over the ESL debacle. Apparently, he refused to take his players out to the training ground. Don't know how true that is. I did feel sorry for Ryan Mason.
It's not his fault, is it?
I'm so glad not one Tottenham fan gave him any stick because
it's not his fault.
What do you do with 6 days' notice? And you're going up against the best team in the land in a cup final.
In all the world.
Player power, Martin. That's why he's gone. Player power.
I just find it quite funny because
does Kane need to leave Spurs? Has Jean Carte got a point, Chris? Is it time that Harry left?
I think he's got a big decision to make in the summer. I think he has to, because if he doesn't go now, he'll never go anywhere else. And he has to. If he wants to win something, he needs to move.
Chris, you change your voice, man.
Sorry.
Chris, does Harry Kane need to leave? Well, I think he needs.
Listen. That's up to him, mate, isn't it? And then don't worry, mate. He'll leave Spurs a legend if he stays there, won't he? But the fact of the matter is he going to ever win anything at Spurs? I don't think Spurs are going to win a league title. And I think Kane will want to win a league title, but I don't know. He's another one who's starting to get right on my nerves. That brilliant tackle by Ruben Diaz, what he got booked for. Just because Kane put on this theatrical, threw himself to the floor, and I don't like that in players, mate. I think he's a really good footballer, but I don't like cheats, mate. I don't like him, and he's there's a couple. With all due
respect, Sterling does it. He does.
I don't think Sterling's quite like that, mate. You got a bit of a lazy one for him, but I think that I just think he's a really good player. I think he would fit in at City if he came. The only thing I'd say about him is he's 27. He's a bit like Sergio. He'll have a spell out probably every season with a knock. Don't know. We'll see.
He'll get priced out of a move by Levy. Won't let him go.
Yeah. Well, Levy's not going to let him go for anything less than you'd have thought 100 million.
Well, there was rumours it was 150, and it would only be allowed to a European club. It would not be allowed to go to another Premier League club. But I look at it. Sorry, Alan. I'm going to ask this. Going to go to Alan on this. Then go Chris. Harry Kane in that City team at the weekend.
Yeah.
With all them chances.
Yeah.
Just do City score 3 or 4 goals.
Yes.
Chris.
I don't know, mate. Actually, on that because he wasn't fit, so I don't know how he would have taken the chances. A fit Harry Kane, maybe. There's a good question there. Would you swap Sterling for Kane?
Go on then.
That is a tough question.
Not for Alan, it's not. Alan straight in with a big yes. Go on, Alan.
I'd swap Sterling for Son.
I thought he was garbage.
He was, but he never got the ball, did he? Let's be honest. When did he receive the ball? When did he actually get the ball in a forward position? He didn't get it. Okay, then. Yes or no, Alan? Would you swap Sterling for Kane? No, because I want a centre forward. And Sterling's not a centre forward, he's a winger. Right. No. I will ask that question again. With the logic. I just said that answer, so I will ask that again.
It's hard work sometimes. You can tell it's early in the morning for him. Right, listen, Alan.
Would have stopped Sterling.
Would you swap Raheem Sterling for Harry Kane, the number 9 striker?
Yes.
Thank you. It's the way he went, no, because I want a striker. What's that? Chris.
Hi, mate.
Would you swap Sterling?
What would you do? Would you?
Whoa,
what would you do, Martin? No, bring it, dodge it.
Yeah,
he's dodging the question.
Well said, Chris.
Yeah, he's trying to stitch us up here, Alan. What would you do, Martin?
I'd swap him, yeah. Go on, Chris. You can't nod.
I think it's a really tough question.
Yeah,
but
I'm
probably
not,
I think no. I'm going to say no.
Why?
That wasn't the question. Don't bash him in that corner.
No, I think I'm going for that because Kane's a cheating bugger and he's too old.
Hang on, you want Fernandinho to stay 35? Don't give me the too old crap.
Fernie could stay till he's 50, as far as I'm concerned.
That's another point, isn't it, Martin? That Fernandinho is as good as anybody in the position he plays.
Yeah, he's best in Europe.
I'm not doing this. I don't think Raheem is a diver. He just trips over his own feet on a regular basis. Spurs might, good point by Powder Oak, Spurs might take the money to start a rebuild.
I think they're in a position where they have to sell at the moment with the loans they get from the government and etc. that they have to pay back. I think Kane and Son will be going. I hate to say it. When you saw Son's face at the end of the game, I'm convinced he knew that was the last time they could possibly win. So I think he's going as well.
There's a few of this Sterling things. Everyone, we never brought Grealish into it. Mark Armstrong said we want Haaland, not Kane anyway. Yeah, so yeah, Laporte, Chris, should he have gone for you? It's been talked about. Should he have gone?
You know the reason why people think he should have gone is because Sky put up that he got a yellow card when he never, right?
Yeah, and it did confuse me in the watch long.
Right, so that's the reason people are talking about it. Sky made the balls up by saying he got booked. Could he got booked for that challenge? Yes, he could have got booked. He never.
But he didn't, so that's it.
Yeah. So it's a complete non-story, to try and lessen City's achievement. That's all I see it as. And that's just typical of the media.
Alan?
Well, if it had been booked the first one, then yeah, but he didn't, so it didn't matter. So it's not even a debate. So he didn't.
And I don't think he would have even made the second challenge had he got booked for the first one.
No, he wouldn't. You don't go down. You don't go to ground when you've done that after that.
Yeah.
So it's not even a debate, and Spurs fans just making excuses. Typical Spursy. What do you expect?
If I was a Spurs fan, I would be disgusted with the way that they played.
Well, yeah, they're not saying that. They're making typical Spursy excuses, aren't they?
Yeah. There was a pathetic performance by them, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm just looking at someone.
How very Spurs.
This tough Dom. You can go and have a little break in a timeout, mate, because you're boring me a little bit.
Someone upset you, mate?
No, just calling us sad because we don't have loyalty and all this. But you can go and have a little bit of you can go and train with the youngsters. Martin Tyler, as Anthony said, it's not true. No, I mean, it was on Talk Sport.
No, he's not. He's not.
What? He's not what? What? No,
he's not.
Someone said, I think it was someone, Mark Clattenburg or somebody else, someone said that you don't like this rule. You know where they always say a player gets one, free one.
Yeah.
And then they get the warning, then they get the yellow card. Because people are saying the first one should have just been his warning, second one would have been his yellow card, which is the way Mr. Paul Taylor did it. He did it with warning first. But like Chris said, Sky made the balls up by putting the graphic on the screen that he got the yellow card earlier on. But I've got to say, Mark Clattenburg, someone else said it was actually a cynical foul and it was a yellow card outright anyway. Not everyone believes in this. They get a free one. They get a free hit. They get a free tackle. But
the point remains, Byron, that he wouldn't have made the second. When he did get booked, he wouldn't have made that challenge if he would be booked.
That's the point. Yeah,
it's just a complete nonsense, mate, and it is just typical. Yeah, well, of course it is, mate. And listen, did Spurs deserve anything out of that game? Did they? No. They were rubbish. Absolutely.
Question for you. How many seconds did it take Martin Tyler to mention Laporte should have been sent off when he was celebrating the goal? Somebody timed it. It was about 18 seconds.
1.2 seconds.
18 seconds by the time Laporte had scored before Martin Tyler went. Shouldn't really have been on the pitch, but and they were like, oh, God, give over. And then, then there was this thing of a fan turned around to the media box and his exact words were, are you going to write something effing positive about us for the change? Right into the media box as he was leaving. It was like, yeah. So there's not a love in between City and the media fans at the moment, and the media at the moment. But we'll see. But listen, 30 trophies. It's 30 trophies, not 25. It's my mistake. 30 trophies. And he could end the season with 32. You know, I'd be happy with 31.
Pep's only lost one final, Ryan? Yes. I saw the stat came up on the screen, didn't it? We lost one final. It's a pretty incredible stat, mate. Incredible.
Well, what's Pep always said to his players? Get me to a final, I'll win it. And his record's there. His record is there to be can't be proved wrong on it. Cannot be proved wrong in it, but and I love, and people downgrade the Carabao Cup. I'm with Andy on this. Andy's always said it. We love it because it's a trophy in the bag before the end of the season, before the knit and gritty, and it breeds confidence. That's what Mourinho used to always say. Win this one, it breeds confidence for the rest of the season.
Yeah.
Well, I'm with him on that, so I'm happy. One trophy. And it was nice to see 2,000 Blues in the stadium as well, even though they've all got to go and have a COVID test by the end of the week because they.
But that's right, mate. That's how it should be.
Yeah. No, I know. I'm just saying. I do know. I saw the photo. Someone sent me a photo of outside the ground, and it looked a bit sad. There's hardly anyone outside, and that's not what you want to see at a cup final. But listen, I'm hoping it's a success, and it leads to getting us back into that stadium. Me and Chris can be back at the Etihad. Alan can be back in his armchair, enjoying the game.
That plastic armchair.
Like a good little plastic.
Do you know the worst thing about being over here is I get lunatics like these two will be sending me pictures and videos, FaceTiming me from the Etihad when I'm not there. And do you know, it really does hurt. I'm telling you, when I'm studying the Imperial and I get that, it kills me. It really does. Yeah.
Now I know that, Alan, I promise I won't do it.
Yeah, I know you will do it because all the mates do it consistently all the time.
I tell you, I'm doing it. I won't be FaceTiming you.
Yeah.
I'll be everything. Club shop, the whole lot will be coming out.
This
time next week, we'll be on here talking about the final and how brilliant City have been. Don't run it. We're not doing that. The most important thing is to win on Sunday. We lift the club, the players, and the fans. Yeah. Gary was really on it too. Charlie Everett, Martin Oldham is open soon. You can watch them. No, I'm all right, mate.
Only a couple of weeks ago when this European Super League thing was going on, he was telling everybody he was an Oldham fan, and that statement there is not true.
That is not what I said, but I don't have to justify myself to anybody. But I did not say I was going. What I said was, if Man City joined the ESL, I would go and watch Oldham. I didn't say I would support Oldham. Big difference between watching and supporting. A bit like you. You watch.
Why would you?
You don't support.
Excuse me.
Listen, you pair. Right. Stop.
Right. Yeah, we're getting off
10 minutes till the first pitch.
Yeah. Right.
All right.
Can't wait to go to the Etihad. I'll be going live. So, yeah, don't forget, tomorrow evening, I will be live at 8 o'clock kickoff, isn't it?
Yeah,
I
mate.
might not remember. I will be live at 7:30 live on here tomorrow with all the action. Kurt should be joining me as well for Manchester City against PSG, the Parc de France, Paris, or whatever it's called. Anyway, we'll be there. Kurt will be joining me pre-match, and then he's not going to come in during the game. It's just going to be me for the commentary, but I will be there. Kurt will join me pre-match at halftime, and then he'll come and join us post-match as well. So, yeah. And then also at the weekend, if City win and United lose, City will be lifting the Premier League again. Trust me, the next few days
Could be.
going to be quite busy here on the channel. Go on, Alan. What were you saying then?
Could be. Could win the league. Or might not.
I just said
Depends.
could win the league.
Yeah.
Said if City win and United lose. Anyway, Chris, anything you want to say before we leave, mate?
Yeah, make this outro really short, Martin.
It is going to be short because you want to get into your pitch off, whatever it's called. You know, Daniel Strawberry or whatever. Are you still playing?
Daniel Strawberry.
Who are you watching, Chris?
It's the Indians tonight against the Twins.
Okay, in English, and who are those two teams? Because I have no idea who those two teams are.
Cleveland against Minnesota.
That's better. Thank you.
Can I continue? So my outros take 25 minutes because these have a random conversation. Guys, big thank you to Chris for joining us. Thank you, brother.
Thank you, Martin. You did a lovely job there.
Thank you, Martin.
And thank you to Mr. Interrupter around there, Alan.
Sorry
Australia.
guys. Sorry, guys.
We love him. This channel would not be the same without Mr.
We are only accepting written apologies, Alan.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll text you later then.
and I want it on paper, not a plastic sheet. Thank you very much.
God.
You know,
Right,
I know you like your plastic. Right. But guys, have a lovely evening. Don't forget to join us tomorrow. Big thank you again to Byron from PSG Fan TV for sending those videos over. And I hope you do enjoy the rest of your season. You don't enjoy the next 2 weeks, though, when City hopefully will knock you out of the Champions League and on to the final. Is it in Turkey this year?
Yeah, Istanbul.
Isn't it every year?
Yeah.
It seems to be.
Anyway, take care. 7:30 tomorrow. Watch along. And as always,
Up the Villa.
Take care.